Have a good weekend.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right, guys, we are now live on YouTube, so I'm live on YouTube, so please like,
I finally did it, I gotta wear it. So it's my. So olive is right here. I can go right here, right here, crazy. I feel that's crazy. Eddie's like right here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plug this in the feed.
Oh, leave it. It's these, leave it. Okay, so now Steven sits right here. Huh? I said, so now Steven sits right here. Oh, man. No, I thought. I was thinking, that's why. I think I was gonna say.
it is now 4:58. It is now 4:58. Everyone, please be seated.
Are you?
No, you went to the end. No, I know.
Rest of your day, will have to be like, hesitate.
All right, it is now 4:59, 4:59. All right, it's now 5 p.m. Everybody please be seated. All right, I'll call this meeting to order at 5:01. Deputy Justice Adelaide, can you release the vice song? All right, we will now move to roll call. Attorney General Motion.
President Colbert,
Here.
Vice President Edwards,
Present.
Treasurer Correa, Chief of Staff Moody, Director Abdul, Assistant Director Willem, Director Johnson, Assistant Director Robinson, Director Cunningham, Assistant Director Battle, Director Chiore, Assistant Director Perry, Director Ramos, Director Daxton,
Present.
Assistant Director Appleworky, Director Thompson, Assistant Director Dodson, Director Sutter, Director Howard,
Present.
Director Onwanga, Assistant Director Pigbee, Director Rambia, Assistant Director Coleman, Director Milan, Director Tayab, Director Carr, Representative James, Representative Entwistle, Representative Thompson, Representative McCauley,
Present.
Pro Temp, the Washington Air, Government Operations Chair Rhines, Appropriations Chair Adesanya, Senator Brahami, Senator Brown, Senator Crosby,
Present.
Senator Dangu,
Present.
Senator Dobbin, Senator Hicks, Senator McGuire, Senator Ozomalon, Senator Robinson, Senator Sedgwick, Senator White, Chief Justice McNeil, Justice Adenika, and Solicitor General Brown.
All right, we'll now move to the approval of minutes. We do not have it up, but they're accessible on your SharePoint. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move to guest speakers. We do not have any today. Is there any public participation or student concerns? Fantastic. We'll get into communications advisory remark. Yeah, sure, remark. Yes, ma'am.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy
I don't know if this is within my power. I'd love to give Senator McGuire an excuse with tardy. All right, I have 3 announcements. First one, Leadership Awards. So Leadership Awards is now, the nominations are now open. So recognizing the work that student leaders and student organizations have been doing for the last semester and a half. Be sure to nominate your peers, your advisor, Ms. Van. And those are due, I think, about a month from now. SGA sponsors 7 of those awards, so nominate each other. Tiger Pride Day, so congratulations, sorry if I missed this, congratulations, give yourselves a round of applause. Definitely proud advisor moments last week. I'm a little anxious throughout the day, but y'all really clearly represented Towson University well. If you have not seen the video, the communications video, please go watch it. It's in the TV today from last Thursday and Friday. Y'all did an amazing job. I sent a feedback form on Friday afternoon. Please, please, please give us your feedback about Tiger Pride Day. We want to make it better for the future. I'd also like to highlight students who have any quotes or specific experiences that they'd like to share about their time at Tiger Pride Day. The presidential town hall is coming up. Jordan might also talk about that when it gets to time. And the last big thing, you probably have seen this a little bit of everywhere. There's a College Cup Innovation Challenge where you can submit for an innovative project. The winner receives $10,000. That's a lot of money to do something with. The 9 runner-ups also receive money. It's $1,000 stipend to do their projects. So if you're interested and you have an innovative idea, we encourage you to submit so that you might win that money. I yield my time.
Also, everybody, I would like to remind you to do not speed through your reports, as my niece will be taking advantage of it. Occasionally, you don't speak fast, so just take your time and your time. We'll move through to Appropriations Committee.
Laura Point.
No, Operations Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, y'all. So yesterday at our committee meeting, we had the chance to review Senate Bill number 2, and we decided to rule it favorable with amendments. But all the amendments were friendly since Senator Crosby, the word the bill, sat in on it. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Rules Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So, Rules Committee finished the FPSO financial policy document, so very proud of the Rules Committee for that. The next document that we're working on currently is the Accountability Handbook. So that's a very, very important book regarding, or a document regarding the ethics of SJ. So if anyone has any recommendations for that document, send it to the Rules Committee or talk to me about it. Thank you. I yield.
President Oakland.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Tiger Tuesday. A few updates. First, starting with thank you again, as Advisor Harris said. I just want to echo her remarks. Thank you to our awesome Department of Legislative Affairs for such a great Tiger Pride Day, and thank you to everybody also that participated. It was a great event. I also met today with Zach from the Health Center, Director Thomas, and Senator Rhines regarding Knowledge Zone on campus, and you'll hear more about that from them later. And in the Senate, the resolution that we'll be hearing later on first reading. So if you have questions, ask them when that comes up later. We also had another presidential search listening session yesterday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so just a few shout outs to Senators McGuire and Rhines, former Senator Sean Bell, and Solicitor General Brown for attending that and having their voice heard on the presidential search. As Advisor Harris said, again, it is really important that we get a student perspective to that committee so that we make the best decision for our next campus leader that will be here for however many years. So on Thursday, we'll be hosting another last public forum for students and community members to give their input on the priorities of Towson University and the qualities you want to see in a new president. So that's 4 p.m. via Zoom, and the link for that is on the website. Director Onwang also created a flyer that is on our social media. We also have, you may hear from Senators Crosby and Rhines on legislation to support the Public Communications Center. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with that, but it basically is a center on our campus that's student-led that helps other students with communication skills, whether it's writing or presenting communications and stuff like that. So we have legislation coming up to support them. I would recommend, getting on board with that, and I'm excited to see that legislation come to the floor, I believe, next week. With that, I yield. Thank you. I thank you. I am you. Are there any questions? Okay, I also neglected to do member of the week. My apologies on that. But this week's member of the week is someone who works really, really, really hard. We voted to, nominate this person yesterday. We selected him yesterday, and then today, this very morning, I saw exactly why, and it was confirmed in my decision, in our decision as executive board to select this person. They really worked hard over the past 2 administrations. We wouldn't be in this room without them. And yesterday's Director Sutton's event was an awesome event. That wouldn't have happened without the awesome work of Director Malasha.
Senator Correa.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So this week, FAC meeting started yesterday and will continue Wednesday and Friday. Senators, I sent you all a sign-up chart as well as a link to all the initial budget submissions so that if you're not there, you guys could still see them and add comments so that if no senators show up, I can still pass on the feedback to the student organizations. However, it was very disappointing that none of you did that. No one signed up either until Senator Hicks signed up yesterday. I do, however, appreciate the senators who did attend. So thank you, Senator Hicks, Senator Ryan, Senator Adesanya, and Senator Cedric, as well as Senator White were there. So thank you so much for attending. If you can't make it, that's perfectly fine. Just add comments so we could see what needs to be amended for the final budget. It was only 11. Anyways, should I continue? Okay, anyways, it was only 11 orgs, so it's not that many budgets to go through. The most days orgs signed up for was yesterday, so we got through a good amount. It is a very important process, so literally, we do not want to repeat of last semester. Please and thank you. Okay, additionally, 1 second. Make sure that you are still relaying your budget information, the budget information to your student orgs. Final budget submissions are due March 17th at 11:59. That is a hard deadline. Nothing after that will be reviewed. And then funding requests must be submitted 3 to 4 weeks in advance. I should not be getting them 2 weeks in advance. Your event will not happen. Nothing will be ordered. It will not get here in time. And then no one should be purchasing things without asking me first. This includes reimbursement and petty cash. Do not go straight to Vicky. You should be asking me if I'm not in the office, send me an email. And then timesheets are due this Thursday at 5 p.m. Please make sure your punch cards and approved weekly reports match your timesheet. Weekly reports should be approved, and if you're submitting a timesheet. Lastly, just remember to respect one another's space, including the general office space. So let's keep it clean, and make sure we're putting things back where they belong. So if you're using the conference room, just make sure you're putting the chairs back where they belong and adjusted to where they're supposed to be. Because whoever is going to use the conference room after you does not want it to be a mess. So and then lastly, punch cards should be put back in your department's mailbox. If it gets lost, you will not get another one. That means no timesheet. So yeah. Any questions? Okay, with that I yield.
Attorney General Moshori.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. Grant Review Committee, we meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. With that, I yield.
Chief Moody.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I just have 2 quick announcements. My voice is gone, so sorry. The first one is the last day for hiring freshmen will be March 31st. So after March 31st, we won't be accepting new members. And then the other one is this week, me and Treasurer Correa will finally be reassigning bigs and littles. So if we don't have a big, we don't have a little. But if you want to, actually, we don't have a very little, you'll want this week. That is.
Department of Academic Affairs.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you all again. So last week, Dami attended the Academic Standards Committee meeting, and they talked about Bill number 8, which would potentially allow students to receive credit for a final grade of a D or higher if they select the pass-fail option. And these are only for courses in 1, 2, and 9, for those not for core 1, 2, and 9. This was something we discussed last semester, and that's just going on a higher level. And we'll have an update for that next week. Also, we're meeting with the provost this week. We're going to talk about different things. Like I remember I mentioned the 4-week course evaluation kind of push, just like a semesterly check-in. We're going to talk more about that to hopefully get it pushed to next semester as well. And also goat yoga, that's happening. That's going to be May 12th. So there are 2 sessions just like last year, and it's going to be 11 to 12 and then 12:30 to 1:30. And that's at Tiger Plaza. It'll be with the same farmers, so the same adorable little baby goats with their little horns. And I'm very excited. So I hope that you all can attend this year as well. Are there any questions? Great. Okay, with that, I yield.
From the city engagement.
Tiger Tuesday, quite a few things today. So we have our plastic bag donation box, which you may have seen in the office. It's a pink one right by the left-hand door. It is in the office until this Saturday. So if you guys have any plastic bags that you want to get rid of, that you have from Target or Walmart, whatever, you can just feel free to drop them off. We're going to be donating them to the food share because they are in desperate need of plastic bags to give to students if they need a bag with their donations. Speaking of the food share, we have a service opportunity this Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the food share. We are going to be organizing food, setting up little snack packets, breakfast boxes, whatever students need, and making sure that everything is just in tip-top shape over there. They desperately need our help. So if we can get as many people in as possible, that'd be great. Make sure to set it at an afternoon time so you don't get, get your baby sleep and all that good stuff. The Eco Coalition, that's yesterday. We have notes available if you'd like them. We are just discussing the things that we do on campus as a coalition to ensure that all aspects of sustainability and environmental protection is done. We are working on getting more donations for the food share. So working with certain orgs, Greek Life especially, to get them to do some food share donations to countries. And we may do something like that in the future in SGA as well. So keep an eye out for that. Last, I had a meeting with Director Di Batista to discuss commuter students and working on a survey to assess their needs. So that is going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. So just stay updated for that. And any questions? I yield.
Department of Communications.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Okay, I have a few things to say. The first thing is me and my AD, we're planning a minute to win it. It's going to be after spring break. It's just going to be like a little competition. It's going to be lots of fun. I'm going to give you guys more information once we meet again. Also, this week we have a meeting with the Department of Community Outreach for a community service event collab with them. And like I was saying last GA, we're highlighting women that are just really notable around TU. So if you know anybody that you just want to see on there, we give a special shout out to, just let me know and then we can put them on there. Some upcoming events we have is kind of like what President Coker was saying, is the President Search on Thursday from 4 to 5. It's online. And then P-Week is next week, and a flyer should be coming out soon, and there's going to be lots of events for that. And lastly, me and AD Perry are hosting a meeting this week, so it's going to be lots of fun, and I hope I see you guys here. Any questions? Is that you?
Department of Community Outreach.
Hi, everyone. Last Saturday, we held another community service event at Knox Presbyterian Church. We accomplished cleaning out the entire garden, which was really good.
And to celebrate Women's History Month, we will be having a tabling tomorrow in Union 12 to 2 to write appreciation notes for any woman in your life. So if you guys have some time, stop by. And like Director Johnstone said, we will be having another community service opportunity this Saturday at the food pantry, 1 to 3 p.m. We would love to see you guys there. Please fill out the Google form that I sent in the group chat, and for the Microsoft Outlook users, let me know if you have any problems with that. And also next month, we'll be volunteering with Meals on Wheels. Director Trevor and I will be sitting on an application for that since that's the requirements for that company. And then also just a reminder to please put in your service hours on Involved at TU. Director Trevor sent out an email and a video in the group chat on how to get that done. And you can also text us or group me if you have any questions or need any clarification. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Inclusion.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone has a good Tuesday. So like a couple announcements. So first, I've been saying each PM planetary nod to you. That's going to be on April 6th. We're going to be doing a tabling from 1:30 to 3:30. So I'm trying to finalize all like these departments or orgs for the nod to you tabling. So if you know anyone that's interested, you can go ahead and let me know. And also probably in the next coming weeks, I'll probably do a like, sign up genius since I'll need like a lot of people to monitor like the tabling and like all like the food rewards and stuff like that. So I'll probably send that out soon if you'll be able to help out. And then secondly, probably later in April as well, me and Disability Rep, we want to do something for Autism Awareness Month. So we're in the very early stage of that. So we're really hoping that we'll be able to do that. So stay tuned with that. We'll probably hopefully try to collab with ADS or the Counseling Center as well for that. So stay tuned from either of us about that. And then lastly, I just wanted to highlight that this is Black Mental Health Week. So there are going to be events going on throughout the week. So what I just wanted to shout out is on Thursday, they're having the Black Mental Health panel. If you're able to make it, we'll be here in the Union in room at 349, and I'll be happening from 4 to 6 p.m. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for me. Does anyone have any questions for me at all? All right, and with that, I yield.
Department of Health and Wellness.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. So I do have a few announcements. So first, we will be doing a menstrual product donation event, collaborating with the Appropriations Committee. We will be donating bags with pads, tampons, reusable pouches, feminine wipes, and hand sanitizers to a women's shelter. We'll be able to provide more details with that later on, so please be on the lookout for that. And as President Colquitt mentioned earlier, today we had a Narcan meeting where we discussed how we can make students more aware of naloxone kits on campus, which you'll hear more about later today. But if anyone has any more questions for me, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to answer them. And with that, I yield. Thank you.
Department of Higher Ed.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Our collab with Crop has been pushed back to the week of March 29th. So I'm gonna have more information with that, but he did tell me it will be from 12 to 2. So if you're interested, you know, have that in your mind, your plans, all of that good stuff. My event, a glimpse into graduate, was very successful yesterday. I want to thank everyone who came. And especially the cabinet, always holding me down. Thank you. Also, lastly, I think for this week will be canceled, but I will meet with mentors next week for updates. Questions? Then I yield.
Department of Legislative Affairs.
Alrighty, thank you all for attending Tiger Pride Day. It was a huge success. Let's see. I'm so glad we could all be a part of the legislative process and Maryland history. So that was really fun. I hope you all had fun. And then on Friday, you were sent an email by Carolyn with a survey about Tiger Pride Day. So please fill that out. And it'll give us like valuable information, as she said, the quotes about your experience. So please fill that out. I don't know the deadline on it, but just do it as soon as possible. Friday, so get it done. And then lastly, some updates from our department. We'll just be working on continuing our advocacy for SGA, the state and federal legislatures. We're working on some pretty big events and have some good ideas. So if you want to collab or if you have any ideas on events to collab with, please reach out to us. And with that, I yield.
Department of Special Projects.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. As you guys know, that the end of the year is coming up and our yearly banquet is on May 12th and it's gonna be in South Campus Pavilion. Any questions? Is that you?
Department of Marketing.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So I have a couple things to talk about. So next week is P week, so please like repost anything that the marketing and communications team posts. Just, you know, we have a week full of events, so we want a good turnout for that. We also just ordered new merchandise, thanks to Director Howard. So if you guys need anything for tabling or anything, just please let us know. Director Balash, please send me a picture on GroupMe so that I can make your remember the week post. And then, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have new interactive posts, for the new semester. So if you guys saw resource, spotlight this week, that's new. And if you guys like know about any resources that SGA or Towson has to offer, like you guys can send that to me if you have any suggestions, because, you know, I'm not going to catch everything. So, you know, we have to work as a team to, you know, be able to get those out to the student body. And then, yeah, just the P-Week stuff, like just please promote everything that we post, all the marketing and advertising that goes out. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? Okay, with that, I yield.
Department of Student Organization.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Just two quick things. I've started working with Chris Rindosh on Student Org Town Hall. More information will be available soon. And I've gotten some emails where student orgs are telling me that they haven't been getting response back from their senators. So if you please check your emails, if you're getting any emails from your student orgs, please answer them. If you don't know the answer, just you can forward those emails to me. And that's all. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Department of Student Development.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So we've been working on the calendar for freshman council pageant. And then stay tuned for weekly tabling events by both Treasurer Council and Freshman Council. And then also we have an event with TUPD called Drunk Goggles, and it's going to be hosted like the week of St. Patrick's Day on the 16th, and it's from 12 to 3. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Athletic Affairs Representative. Disability Representative.
All right, hey everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. Just a few things to kind of keep everyone in the loop with what's going on with ABS, the counseling center, things like that. We're making some pretty big strides to start working towards more like centralized, you know, getting everyone on the same page with equity and just inclusion in general. We're hoping to make a bit of a center for everyone to kind of be in the same place so that there's less confusion about like groups on campus, things like that, where we can go to support each other. And as the director of inclusion mentioned, we are working towards hosting an event at the end of April, so stay tuned for that. Just a few other projects. Last semester, or from the last representative, I believe we had a campus mapping project that was kind of getting put in motion. We're looking into picking that back up and being able to start a survey for just making sure that everywhere is accessible and everything's working as it should be. And just making other things like other accessibility services easier to find and making everything easier to understand for not only the disabled population on campus, but for everyone in general to just get around easier. With that, I yield.
University Residence Development Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. So first off, I want to start by saying the election period, the application period for elections for University Residence Government Executive Board has ended already, and next week, 14th, next week on the 14th, we will be having a general assembly where we vote on we'll have the candidates present their platforms and then vote on said candidates. We welcome everybody to come. So it's gonna be at like 7, but like you don't have to come. But, like if you want it, just interested in who's gonna have my job, who's gonna have Sanea's job and everything, drop by, see those things. Oh yes, in second, we are in progress of prepping for Towson Tiger Games. That is a 4-day event that typically takes place in April, not typically because it only happened once before, but we're really happy about making it a yearly annual thing. And we're planning for that. If anyone wants to get involved, like service hours wise, we're always looking for help. You get free shirts and everything before the general on-campus population. And also, if you want to just come by and hang out, like that's also fine. We'll be announcing the dates and the games that we will be playing formally, but it's a whole competition thing, just like the Olympics. At the end, there'll be a trophy, prize, all that kind of stuff. Any questions? All right, with that, I yield.
Sports Council Representative.
Hi, everyone. So this past Friday, we had a sport club officer meeting where we talked with the representative from Tigerthon. So some sport clubs can have the opportunity to help funders with Tigerthon and get community service through that. The sport club of the month for February was voted on and tennis was selected. This past weekend, we had 17 clubs travel for competitions. So that was the biggest competition weekend we've had so far this semester. And we also approved a new team, which is cricket. So they will be starting with us.
Transfer Student Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. Like Jordan said, we'll be having weekly tabling events, so stay tuned for that. And this Thursday, I'll be speaking on the panel for Veteran Black Minds. It's called A Day in a Black Woman's Mind. So if you're available at 6:30, it's theater like right there. So if you're available, just come see that. With that, I yield.
Freshman Council Representative.
Hey everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday. Like Jordan said, we do have an event coming up called the Freshman Court. So we're in the middle of planning that. And tomorrow we have a song association night. So you can come and support. It's from 5 to 6 at University 222. We're gonna start planning events every other week, so you can be on the lookout for those as well. And for the song association night, we have gift cards as prizes. So if you want to win some, you can definitely come and support. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Officers Association General.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. As I mentioned last week, I am sitting on the committee that is getting a new assistant community director of student accountability. So we had our first candidate come in March 1st, but I was at Tiger Friday, so I didn't get to be there for that one, but I was there for the second one on Friday, and that was just really interesting to be the only student representative there. And you guys know Your Rights campaign is coming, the rooms are open, and more information will be coming out next week. Any questions? You said you're the only student. Is that by choice for you or like the people in the committee? So
I'm on the student appeals committee and we're a part of, choosing it. And there's a grad student, but she just hasn't contacted me, so I guess it's just me, unless she comes to the next two, so. Any other questions?
What are, you and the rest of the panel doing to, I guess ensure that the, new Dean of Accountability would be able to take into consideration, how that interacts with other people with special needs, or how things might, get worked through like that?
Okay, so the way that the way the interview process goes is, the candidate comes, they usually have a prompt, like we have a paper with a prompt and questions. So like last week, the prompt was, something to do with restorative justice, and they basically answered the prompt. So, last week, her answer to the prompt, it had something to do with, can you repeat that again? I'm so sorry. That was a lot.
You're good. Just kind of ensuring that, the people that you're interviewing would also keep in mind the best courses of action for individuals with disabilities or other mental impairments.
I will bring that up next week, but I know last week's prompt was restorative justice. I'm not sure if everybody has the same one, but I'll be sure to send that email out tomorrow, just asking about that on SJ's behalf. With that, I yield.
Oh, you already yielded. I just had another follow-up, Rep. Joseph, if you want to meet with me to kind of get some questions, that we can give to the Solicitor General and kind of shape the perspective of the committee, I'm happy to do that so that we can have that lens going forward. And thanks for asking that, really good question.
All right, on to my report. So happy Tuesday, guys. Hope you had a great weekend. So, senators, continue to work on your initiatives. You made good progress last Thursday. To those who showed up, I'm not really sure, what's going on with the attendance recently. I know we're getting towards like the midway point of the semester, but, we're still in full swing. So please make sure that you're attending all mandatory meetings, GA and pre-meeting, et cetera, et cetera. Also, weekly reports, Treasurer Correa mentioned it, but weekly reports have been, lacking, to put it mildly. So please, write what you've been doing. We know the correct format, the hours, the day. So we know that what you're doing. And then for the paid members of the Senate, if your weekly report is denied, then that will affect your pay. So the reasons why I would deny it would be because you didn't meet your hourly requirements, it wasn't in the correct format, or the timings that you put didn't match up with the work that was actually done in the office. So just make sure you're being consistent, as Treasurer Correa and Ms. Vicky and everybody will be checking and cross-checking to make sure everything is fine with the payment. Also, point of personal privilege, just housekeeping, that's for you to, leave. Like, please raise your hand and do that. Don't just walk out. That's, please know that. And then also, Director Stein mentioned, thank you to all of the academies. Thank you to the Senate as well. Put that away. But also weekly things, April 3rd through the 7th is our Harvest Senate Week. So we've been talking about it for a minute, but it's about to go in here. And then April 14th is ADM Appreciation Day. That's the day where we kind of celebrate all of our janitorial service employees here at Towson. So come out to that, more information with that will be coming as well. And then I had a meeting scheduled with Ms. Anna Primrose with the TU Foundation president for her to come to one of our general assembly meetings. Are there any questions so far? All right, great. With that, I yield. Are there any opinions from the court?
Yes, there are. So last week the Chamber decided to approve YDSA's appeal, and we reinstated the budget back to the original listed amounts for the travel and accounting and Queen. Thank you. And I had any questions? With that, I yield. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Crosby. Motion to review Senate Bill number 2. Okay, does anyone second? Senator Dengu. Okay, with that, I'm moving to a vote on reviewing Senate Bill number 2. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, I'm moving to Senate Bill number 2. Senator Crosby, go ahead and take the floor.
So I think everybody was here for the first reading, but to go over it again, just briefly, we're basically creating a budget allocation committee to basically use the process of what we went through last time with budget allocation. So there'll be 7 senators, 3 of them being Senate leadership, and then they will appoint 4 extra senators. It'll be chaired by the treasurer, and then if the Senate is too small, if there's a year where they won't have 5 senators to actually fill the committee won't meet at all. You guys have any questions?
Any questions? None? Appropriations, Charles Simon.
This, actually, why couldn't we just like add certain like this under like appropriations?
Just felt like it made more sense. Appropriations committee is actual voting going on. And this is just really to make recommendations for the budget allocation. So there's really no power happening. There's no real voting happening because these final recommendations still has to come back to the GA to get voted on by all the senators. So it just makes sense to have it as its own committee, as well as it's just not being run by the approach chair to be treasurer's chair, and then it won't meet all the time. It'll only have it during budget. So for all these reasons, it just made sense to have it as its own committee.
Thank you. Assistant Director Afroki.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, so if this committee is passed, so during budget allocation, so these 7 senators are the only people that are gonna look over, make recommendations on that stuff to the budgets, and then it's gonna be approved, that does something?
So it's not really only, obviously, if any senators want to come and sit in, they can. And again, these are only recommendations happening, so no senators are missing out on anything. This is just to smooth the process because we're dealing with quorum and schedules last time. So it's just a smaller group of people to do the same thing we're doing at a larger scale. And then, like I said, these recommendations, the final recommendation will come back to the GA. So any senator that did not go or just wanted to discuss it again in GA, they can, and then we have our final vote of it like we're supposed to.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you. Senator Crosby.
Call the question.
Okay, then no second. Senator Dengu.
A second.
Okay, with that, I'm moving to a vote on the call to question. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, the call to question is passed, and we'll now vote on Senate Bill number 2 as a whole. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? With that, Senate Bill number 2 has passed. Thank you, Senator Crosby. Senator McGuire.
I would like to withdraw Senate Bill 3.
Okay.
One is personal privilege.
Granted. Are there motions on the floor? Senator Dengu. So pass my mic, please.
I motion to inquire on resolution number 27.
Okay, there's one second. Senator Crosby.
Second.
Okay, with that, we're now moving to a vote on acquiring a resolution number 27. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? Well, the motion is passed, and we'll now begin to inquire on resolution number 27. So go ahead, take the floor, government operations chair runs. Everyone give a round of applause.
Okay, so resolution number 27 is pretty straightforward. Essentially, the purpose of it is to implement Narcan kits on campus. They're already available on campus for RA members and such, but and then the TUPD also has them, but we want to make them more accessible, more available to students. So with that, we'll be offering training alongside with the Health and Wellness Department. We'll be collaborating, as SGA will be collaborating with departments around campus to get these training events out and get more students involved. So everybody can, know what to do in case of overdose. Are there any questions?
You right there in the back.
Hi, thank you. So I have two questions. So one, it was my understanding that, there was well, I guess it's two parts of one question. It was my understanding that there was a, grant within the past few years. I don't remember all the specifics. Where it was from, to get more campuses in Maryland to have Narcan available, for like RAs and such. And it's my understanding that instead of distributing the Narcan to RAs, it was distributed to the TUPD, and I've also been told that they aren't even carrying the Narcan. So for one, so I was looking over this and I see, is there can there be like any provision to make sure like that it's specifically recommending that RAs get Narcan to have when they're on call? And second, would there be like any thing to keep on to make sure that maybe like the TUPD actually carries the Narcan that they have?
So thank you for that question. So we had a meeting earlier today, and to my understanding, I know if RAs are on call, like I said, the Narcan is accessible to them, but there kind of was an issue or kind of a gray area where if they are, out doing something else and someone gets an overdose, they can be held liably responsible for that. And of course, it's not exactly their fault. You have another question?
Yeah, that's actually, there's a Good Samaritan law in there, so that actually wouldn't, like, if they try and administer Narcan or something and something bad happens, they wouldn't be liable for that because of the Good Samaritan law.
Okay, thank you for informing me about that. I actually didn't know that, but I'll give the President Colquitt.
Thank you for the question and for the answer. So I think what you're referring to is the distinction of being an opioid treatment center. And Towson does have that distinction, and we did receive support from the state to request both the naloxone kits and fentanyl testing strips. We do have that ability. What this legislation is doing is to kind of pull on that and make more students aware of it, hosting more events, to get students, including SGA, trained to use it. And we actually, in our meeting earlier, did discuss amending it to make it more specific, and to include direct push with HRO, including the RAs. And to Senator Ryan's point earlier, it was just raised as a concern from the health department regarding stuff that happened at other schools, not on our campuses. And we are aware of the Good Samaritan law, but there was a specific instance reference, which I don't recall at the moment, that kind of gave the explanation towards the hesitation of implementing it within all RAs. And I think the URG representative has a point as well.
So yeah, actually, the Narcan kits, they aren't, you're right, they aren't given to every RA, but they are available in each of the residence halls in at the front desk. So for like the RA on call or the CCA at the desk at the time, because these kits were, as it says, like the RLCs and staff have been trained to use these kits and things. And each of these kits were, I think at least 2 have been distributed to each residence hall, like restock if they get used and stuff like that. But like, they don't go to every RA, but there is like at least 2 in each residence hall where people are trained and able to use them.
Thank you. The gentleman in the back, can you pass on the mic?
Thank you. I just, recommend that in instances, I'll like urging also to specifically to have RAs trained in the use in case the RLC is not there. Like if it happens, the RA is on call, it's like 4 a.m, the RLC might not necessarily be there, or they have to go and specifically send for them. When in such a case of when there's an opioid overdose, time is of the essence. So I think that at least specifically for them to be trained, maybe not to necessarily have it like in the rooms per se. But I think that that's something that should be important in the situation.
Senator Robinson.
And as an RA, I think that that's a point that, can be brought up to the heads of HRL going forward for RA trainings to incorporate, those training particulars in RA training. I don't think that that will be a problem going forward. Okay.
Thank you. Jordan Moore or Jordan?
Hello, speaking as RA, just want to kind of double back on what you had, the comments you made. I don't think it was a formal training we had, but speaking from an RA from Tower C, we met with the Health and Wellness Center, and we actually did get formal instruction on how to use our cards. And we were each distributed to for use of whenever we need them. So I don't know if that was the best capacity, but we were given formal instruction on how to use them if it ever came to questions. So.
Are there any more questions? Director Thomas.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to also help answer your question a little more because I was in the Narcan meeting today. So we were talking about discussing training being more available for students. So not just RAs, but more student groups as well. And this training, I just wanted to clarify, is like, it's supposed to be a 45-minute training that is done by the overdose response program for the state of Maryland. So they have like a specific PowerPoint instructions that include like rescue breaths, when to administer Narcan, what are like the symptoms you might see in someone who is experiencing an overdose. So we want to make sure that we're not just passing out these kits, but we are also going to make sure that we are training people appropriately.
You go ahead. Can someone pass on my mic?
Thank you. I didn't mean to think that the whole thing of the resolution was about HRL. And I think it's excellent that we should be promoting amongst the student body more Narcan training. I'm really into that. So I think that this would thank you.
Any more questions for government operations, Charlene? Okay, thank you. Everyone from around the line. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Damon.
Motion to inquire on resolution 28.
Is anyone second? Senator Crosby.
A second.
Actually, it's a confirmation bill, so it doesn't have to be inquired on. You would take the motion and say, motion to review resolution number 28.
A motion to review resolution 28.
Okay, is anyone second? Senator Crosby.
A second.
Okay, with that one, I'm going to a vote on reviewing resolution number 28. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? Without the motion as passed, we will now begin to review resolution number 28. Jordan Moore and Chad Leo, if you guys can step up to the front and explain what you like to be an SJ, I would appreciate it. Everyone from a round of applause, guys. I'm gonna pass my mic. Jordan Moore, your first. We can hear you.
All right, hello, happy Cyber Tuesday, everyone. My name is Jordan Moore. I'm a junior here at South University. I majored in criminal justice with the IT minor. I decided to join SGA because after this one semester being an RA, I've developed a new sense of community, realizing the impact I've had on just my residents and the fellow team members, and just in Tower C alone, just gave me a better sense of community. I want to do more, have a bigger outreach. So I was encouraged to get on a bigger platform such as SGA so I can have an even bigger outreach on more students and make a bigger change.
Thank you. Any questions for Mrs. Moore? Questions? Okay, thank you.
Hey everyone, Chad Leo, senior here at Hudson. I used to be in SGA, stepped down to focus more on my work in Annapolis for a state senator. I want to get re-involved in my final few months here on campus. Particularly interested in focusing on transfer and commuter type legislation as both a transfer student and a commuter student, as well as disability support legislation as a person with hidden or invisible or whatever the proper term is, disabilities. So my goal is to introduce a bunch of legislation before I leave, and then I want to get some good work done in these final few months. So be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Leo? Questions? No? Director Cunningham?
So I didn't hear, what was your reason for stepping down last semester, and how do you think like your time here would, I guess, like help you more or help SGA with the body?
Yeah, so it wasn't last semester in March.
last year.
February of 2022, I've got an internship with a state senator, which took a good majority of my time, so I decided to step down.
Thank you. Any more questions? Hearing none, thank you. Everyone, round of applause, guys. Mr. Moore, Mr. Leo, if you guys could please step out while you briefly deliberate upon your confirmation. He's opening the door. Oh, Representative McCauley, please open the door. Oh, Representative McCauley, never mind. Go ahead and have a seat. I should stop you before the bed. Yes, thank you. My apologies. Okay. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Dengu? Okay, give me 1 second. Senator Crosby.
Second.
Okay, with that one, I'm moving to a roll on reviewing resolution number 29. All those in favor? Hands up. Hands up, hands up. Opposed? Abstaining? With that, we'll now begin to review resolution number 29. Babola Ajayi, could you please come up front and speak on why the PPN SJ and Marcus Robinson? Thank you, one of us. Go ahead and take the mic up front right there, so our copy has the mic. Babola, you want first, so could you please pass the mic, please? Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Babola Ajayi, and I am a current junior majoring in sociology and anthropology and with a soft plan in criminal justice. The reason I want to join SGA is because I'm a recent transfer, and this position will give me an opportunity to engage in student life more. And being a AD of student organization will also help me engage and connect more with the student and the organization that they're. Thank you.
Thank you. We don't have any questions for the vote. We don't have any questions. Assistant Director, granted. Any questions? Hearing none, thank you. Go ahead, Marcus. Apologize.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marcus Robinson, in case you didn't know. I want to be a part, I feel unprepared. I didn't have a script, y'all, I'm sorry. I want to be a part of SGA because you guys seem like you really help out the community a lot. And I just want to be a part of that, helping the community. But all jokes aside, everyone knows that I was recently a senator, and I do want to transfer over to this AD position because I felt like as a senator, I wasn't grasping as much knowledge as I would be if I focused primarily on one aspect of SGA. And that aspect is so happily civic engagement sustainability because it deals with food insecurity and stuff that I deal with back at home. So that's why I want to be an AD of civic engagement and sustainability.
Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, can you guys briefly step out while you deliberate on the proclamation? Thank you. Thank you. Are there any announcements? Senator Brown? Little second. Senator Crosby? Okay, with that, I'm moving to a vote in the hearing. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstaining? Thank you for this.
Real quick, for Black Mental Health, for the panel on Thursday, y'all come support your boy. I'll be talking on the panel.